Sup y'all, Winnie here. Welcome back to the SP Foundation Wiki. In this episode, we're going to be checking out Dial-A-Dream. I'm still expecting there to be a Keter before we hit the 1500s, but maybe they'll all just be safe. Yeah. It's I I I don't know what I expected. It's Euclid though. All instances of 1498 are to be held in a standard containment chambers located at Site 77, which has its own page for some reason. One technician is to be on hand to answer any calls placed to 1498. Transcripts of all the calls must be placed in 77's non-anomalous records archive. Any persons found to have interacted with SCP-1498 are to be quarantined for 2 months or until they show signs of 1498. Subjects showing signs of exposure to be contained as an instance of 1, which require the same accommodation as instances of 1498. So there's more than one of them then. SCP-1498 is a collection of 30 autonomous bundles of phone cords and handsets assembled in such a way that they resemble sheep. Wait, that's not just a sheep, that's cables? Oh. Instances of 1498 are fully ambulatory and will wander their containment chambers aimlessly. The words, "Make your own custom dreamscapes with your friends at the Onire Collective," are printed on each instance. So that's believed to be connected to SCP-2028 and 2805. That leads to SCP-2876, and this leads to its own page. Let's just click that in a new tab for later. If a sapient organism attempts to use one of the phone handsets present on 1498, they will hear 3 rings followed by a voice identifying themselves as an operator for the Oneroy Collective. I don't know how to say that without hearing it. This voice will instruct the subject on various options they have for dreaming and make suggestions for enhanced dreaming experiences. Following the completion of this call, the subject will lose consciousness for 9 hours. That's exactly how many hours of sleep I had before this. That's uncomfortable. When the subject regains consciousness, they will claim to have experienced the dream they ordered to any exact specifications they have made. Subjects may express a desire to continue using 1498's effect or attempt to reuse it immediately. A transcript of a subject describing their experience while under the effect has been included in this report. I was sitting in this room, except it wasn't really a room because the edges were sloped, so it was like an egg room with green paper. It wasn't that green. It was just a little green here and there. Anyways, I'm right in the middle, sitting on the ground, except, of course, the fact that I was being supported. It's then that I realized I'm actually at a table. Like, you guys told me to tell the weird cheap phone thing. There's people eating off of me, too. Look old, maybe from, like, the 1950s with red faces. That was when we finally hatched and I woke up. As subjects are repeatedly exposed to 1498, they may begin to experience changes to their bodily and mental state. Subjects affected will express a desire to sleep as frequently as possible, preferring to use 1498 if they are able to. While asleep, portions of the subject's cranium and skull will be replaced with portions of telephones similar to those found on 1498. Yeah. This is manifested in a variety of ways, including subjects coughing up telephones with cords extending into their esophagus, telephone wires beginning to grow in place of hair, ringing devices found on rotary telephones within the subject's ears, which may begin ringing continuously, vocalizations being replaced by dial tones. That sounds horrifying. Eventually, a rotary phone will assemble itself on the subject's head out of all the components that have been grown within and on their bodies. This will display the same intelligence as instances of 1498 and are to be reclassified as instances of 1. As of August 19, 2012, no attempts to restore the intelligence of 1 instance has succeeded. It was recovered September 18, 1965 from an abandoned office complex in Miami, Florida, after reports of bizarre livestock reached local Foundation assets. When they entered the building, they discovered the instances 1 bedroll, approximately half a ton of rotary telephone components, and 2 pints of type AB blood in a glass jar. In addition, 1 pajama onesie, well worn, was discovered folded at the bedroll. Testing has shown several months worth of sweat and bodily oil soaked into the fabric. As of November 14, 1965, it has been classified as Euclid. It says, in rewrite. So does that mean this is one of the entries that's getting changed then? That just raises more questions about why this is its own thing. It's a hub? Capital Unoya. Largest city, Astoria. Official languages, all of them. Everyone. Single one, seriously. Ethnic groups, 48% bubble, 32.7% free consciousness, corporeal, transitory. Reality, I literally can't tell. It's glitched. Government, don't be silly. Immigration closed. Emigration closed, but backwards. What the heck? Okay, so it looks like it's a bunch of tales, and not that it's... Okay. And these are the various entries it's related to. So far, we have only just hit the very first entry that's related to this. And then there's a whole bunch of stories. And then whatever all this is. Okay, it seems to be some of the joke SCPs are a part of this too. Well, this is wacky. Maybe I'll come back to that someday if I remember. I probably won't, so if anybody wants me to come back to that, I guess let me know in the comments, but that's going to do it for this episode. Outro. Subscribe. I at least want to say subscribe, because if you're not subscribed, it makes the little subscribe button glow rainbow colors, which is cool. So if nothing else, gotta say that word so y'all can see that. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Later.